This is the legend of the Vietnamese version of the village teacher tomorrow. Add a bizarre story. Make everyone's scalp tingle after watching it. At the beginning of the story, a woman covered in blood, standing on the overpass, holding a strange doll in his arms. He looked at the small house in the river with hatred, and without hesitation, he jumped down. Meanwhile, animals donate 1 billion to temple expansion. So the temple specially held a thank you ceremony for his family. He sent her an idol. At this point, younger daughter has urgency to urinate. My sister took her to the restroom early on. As a result, he didn't pay attention. My sister came to the river alone, seeing a doll floating on the water surface. Because his mother didn't give him dolls from the temple before, he decided to pick one himself. So he disregarded the danger and boarded the small boat next to him, trying to reach out and pick up the doll. Suddenly, a hand reached out in the water, directly pulled the girl in. After the sister's ceremony is held, the girl's shadow has disappeared. I only saw the shoes floating on the water surface. Mom blamed Xiaoji for not taking care of her sister and slapped her. Fortunately, my uncle helped to stop me. Until the end, I couldn't find my sister's body. They can only use dummies instead of funerals. But the beast is unwilling to accept his departure. I have been unwilling to attend my daughter's funeral, even to find an evil wizard to bring my daughter back. He gave the beast a pot of flowers. Let him feed with an egg every day. I will soon get what I want. Perhaps it was not long after the rescuing in a new city. The girl's body was found upstream of the river. The police notified my uncle to claim it, and then he didn't see the girl. Lying alone in the morgue, he suddenly spat out muddy water, and then he actually sat up. Uncle came and saw this scene. He burst into tears of joy, did not notice the eerie aspect of this scene. Several people on the other side, who were holding a funeral for their daughter, found that her portrait suddenly shattered. Also aware of what? Sure enough, not long ago, my uncle came back with his daughter. The whole family is very excited, knowing that they are going to the abnormal situation. Let the younger sisters come to find their own teeth. He woke up in an instant, and then confirmed the authenticity of my sister. Asked him to do the movements he used to do. But my sister didn't pay any attention to him. Moved to another location, walked to the chicken coop, holding an egg, trying to swallow Xiaoji alive and stop her from taking over, but suddenly grew black spots. Then climb up the neck along the arm. He disregarded the pain, grabbed vigorously. Xiaoji stopped her sister while she was doing it. Stand on one side, Mom. But it's still not very useful. A strange pattern unexpectedly grew out of thin air on my sister's neck. It's like being branded by someone, and then he couldn't fall asleep. This is a newly returned beast. Received a call from the wizard. He won't let the animals stop feeding that potted flower. Unknown animals and animals. So until I saw something strange about my daughter, just realized what the wizard meant. He can only continue to feed that potted flower, but the daughter's situation is getting worse and worse. A girl who is only 6 years old. Suddenly, there's a lot of bleeding down there. Scratches are still growing on both hands, as if controlled by someone, raised on both sides of the head, and then hummed a strange song. You are... oh... he... A 6-year-old girl suddenly bleeds from the lower body. This is actually singing a strange song. My mother immediately realized that she was possessed. Quickly take him to find the shaman. After shaman practice, the evil spirit inside her daughter finally appears. Me. That evil ghost still doesn't want to leave. Daughter. The shaman told the beasts. The souls of the two who are attached to him are not the souls of the dead, but the spirit of a living person. But this kind of attachment only occurs in serum. No one in their family has been seriously or recently. How can we find this person? The beast also contacted the wizard when it returned. He told the beasts, to have greater desires, one must limit more, so he killed the laying hen overnight. Put him alone with that potted flower. Get up the next day and take a look. The chicken turned into a mummy. On the other hand, due to paying too much attention to the younger daughter, the neglected eldest daughter Xiaoji ran away from home. Mom can only contact her uncle. Received a text message from my uncle. Xiaoji came to meet him by the river, facing uncle. He finally spoke his heart out. I told you later, you should go. Let's have a music, man. Ladies, look at that. There's no pressure anymore. Take a look for yourself, no need to talk about it. I didn't get married before. I love his machete very much. My uncle only said that my mother loves him very much. Tell him not to get too far. He talked about his sister's witness again. Tell you. And then my love. Exciting. That's why my younger sister's grandmother's clothes are so angry. The discovery of my sister's body. So Xiaoji came to find the forensic doctor, who had performed the autopsy on his sister. He provided some clues. When I found my sister's body, 2 female corpses were also discovered at the same time. One died with a blunt instrument. One was drowned. And the marks on their necks are the same as their sisters. He found the mother of one of the girls. What do you want to ask from him? But he treats Xiaoji as his own daughter. I even gave him a week for one night. Just wake up. Just realized that she wasn't her own daughter. He held a knife and pressed it against Xiaoji's neck. He comforted his aunt in shock. Auntie quickly woke up. Xiaoji took the opportunity to ask about the imprint, but he avoided talking about it. The sudden scream in the middle of the night. Xiaoji went up to comfort her, but it's not much use. He looked at the water in fear. Everyone. If you want to smash it, you'll leave. Me. You guys used to. I don't either, only by being told everything about the imprint to my nephew. So since it's a symbol of the wind and moon place, Xiaomei was kidnapped and sold there. Not long after, she got pregnant. Those people forced her to have an abortion. She can only run away. Come to this small mountain village, gave birth to a daughter, and the aunt's daughter also suffered the same thing. 2 girls of the same fate, who have been stunned since they were rescued, met like this. After that, the 3 of them are inseparable from each other, lighter than blood relatives, but everything was still broken by someone. The person from Fenyu Place has found it. Xiaomei also has a crush on his daughter. Breaking into my aunt's house in the middle of the night, 2 girls fought to the death to resist. But how can it be a match for an adult man? 1 death, 1 injury. Their daughter was also taken away by them. Seeing the dead daughter and aunt blaming Xiaomei, why didn't she die? Xiaomei is very desperate, jumping into the river while holding my daughter's doll and committing suicide. After death, he turned into a fierce ghost and returned to seek revenge. But how did she find Xiaoji's sister? The grimaces are all. Here you are, Mom. What the hell is this cat? I want you. Len. Absence. Continent. Check if this one is available. This is the most penetrating movie I've ever seen. What's scary is not ghosts, but the people inside. My daughter suffered a lot during her lifetime. My daughter was also caught in a romantic scene. He shouted with grief and anger, jumping into a river and committing suicide. After death, he turned into a fierce ghost and returned to seek revenge. First, it was attached to Xiaoju. Come to his house, find the girl possessed by his daughter, humming strange songs and taking him away. Come to the study, open the safe of the beast, take out a disc from inside, help your daughter tie a red headband. The mother found out that her daughter was missing, run downstairs to see the eerie scene. Who asked you to call me? The noise woke up the beasts and shamans. They saved the little girl. The female ghost saw the beast, and picked up the hammer on the table. Goddess, come and stop it. But I feel his resentment. Stunned and motionless, the female ghost took the opportunity to rush towards Xiaoju's mother, and then he got on his body. Continue. You come back with me. Absence. It's time for the top configuration. Let's see if there are any of them together. Put it on the desktop. After finishing speaking, he fell down and spat out a pile of Ganges water smoke. Then the little girl suddenly smiled eerily. The cup is in my... The beast quickly slapped him. Interrupt casting. He also knows who the female ghost is. Afterwards, take the shaman to find the boss of the Fenyu Place. Bought a girl with a stack of money. The shaman was very angry at this. Finally, I realized why he wanted to be possessed. Someone else. I don't want to be in the same boat with them, but the beasts have people blocking the door. Shaman helpless. Can only help. 2 little girls tied together. I have a spell on my head. Don't drink as soon as you drink it. On the other side, Xiaoju wakes up. After seeing my dead mother very sad. Find the CD on the table through the traces left in your mind. After release, discovered that it turned out to be evidence of the stepfather's guilt. He quickly contacted his uncle, who was a police officer, told him about the location of the Fenyu site. Uncle immediately led people to surround the Fenyu site, but it was already too late to find the beast. To cover up the evidence of the crime, he actually killed the shaman. He lied that it was the boss of the Fenyu Place who killed his uncle, who believed him. He took the opportunity to leave with 2 girls. After returning home, he couldn't wake up his daughter. At this point, Xiaoju walked out and killed someone. Let's call me, so tell me something wrong. Beasts are unwilling to accept. Absence. Massage. The little girl next to me suddenly coughed. Thinking of the daughter I finally acquired, she actually picked up the little girl next to her, and then used force to restrain her. Come here. Xiaoju sees this and quickly goes up to stop it. In a panic, he flipped the pot of flowers. The beasts are not giving up yet. Xiaoju can only pick up the statue on the table, hit him hard, and then I want to take the little girl away. But the beast stood up again. Wanna kill Xiaoju, let his soul enter his daughter's body. Xiaoju picked up the hammer on the ground in a timely manner. Finally received retribution. Other people in Fenyu Place were also killed by Xiaomi. However, just as everyone left, the forgotten sister suddenly opened her eyes. I don't know who it is, coming back for revenge.